just, um, he's very stereotypical. I mean, he's just tries to fit in too much. I mean, like in page 32, what, I believe it was you, Carter, that had said that, um, like when he was eating dumplings and he just kind of felt out of place and stuff. He needs to take a look at himself in a more positive outlook.
Yeah, I agree with Diggy about that, but I don't think he's racist towards his own race or towards any other race. He just feels like if he was Caucasian and more Americanized, then he would fit in better, make friends, have a girl like him. So then you can see him start doing more kind of like stereotypical American things. For example, on page 37, he's eating a sandwich. Right after a few pages before that, he was eating dumplings or something. And then on page 98, on panel 2, he changed his hair finally because, of course, he thought that would be easier for him to look like that.
I would counter that by saying he is racist, at least to some degree, because it's obvious that he values being white over his native skin color and ethnicity. And on page 89, the example that I have is when Y Chan is saying that in Taiwan, any boy who loves girls before he's 18, everybody laugh at him. He says, this isn't Taiwan, you do. Stop acting like a fresh off the boat. So that's definitely racist towards his own race.
I'm with you on that. Like, I think he's definitely racist, and the whole book is like told in kind of a racist way, but like from different perspectives. And like, he's like portrayed like a huge stereotype because on page 31 here, the kid talks about my mama says Chinese people eat dogs, and then his mom says, I'm sure Jin doesn't do that. So.
I mean, I totally agree with both you guys right there. Because, I mean, yeah, it's like that, but nobody's being racist towards each other in, different races. They're all just making fun of themselves and their own race. So, I mean, I feel like, yeah, it's racist, but it's a little bit better type of racism. I'm not saying racism is a good thing, but I think that if you're doing it to yourself, it's slightly better than trying to go ahead and make fun of somebody else's race.
Yeah, I don't think he's that racist compared to like his classmates on page 32 who told me he eats dogs and just use stereotypes like that. He wasn't insulting anyone else really with it like that.
Yeah, going off of that, I think that like he's not as racist as his classmates, like you had said, because like it made a huge impact on him. For God's sake, he changed his hair on page 98. He changed his hair to what was that kid's name? The blonde hair kid. I don't remember his name. But I think it just had a huge impact on what Jin thought of himself, like when the racial slurs were coming at him and stuff. I just think it kind of impacted him in a way that made him want to change the way he is.
Is fresh off the boat like kind of a discriminatory term?
Yeah.
And like that's not the example that Danny pointed out wasn't the only time. On page 191, he called Wei Chen the fresh off the boat. Like again, he's like we're nothing alike. We're not brothers, even though they are kind of alike.
So yet another example of how he is racist.
Yeah.
I think that he's kind of racist, but I think he's just more trying to fit in. On page 37, when Wei comes up to him, he's speaking Chinese. I think that's what it means when there's the little brackets on it. But he's speaking, well, at least how I perceive it, he was speaking Chinese, and he tells him that they're in America now and that he should only speak English, which just kind of shows how he doesn't want to, like, know his ethnicity, and he doesn't want to speak Chinese because he knows that he'll probably get made fun of it by his classmates.
I think, like, at sometimes things could be harsh, but, like, it made some of the things, like, very humorous, like, when, on page 119, when, like, he being, like, the other guy's, like, Coke, and it was almost like he was making fun of himself.
Yeah, it was very close that it might have even been the same page. I don't remember, but, remember he was asking Cousin Danny if he wanted, like, his, something with noodles, and then the other guy just went and then Chinky just went and peed in his Coke. The guy's friend, what was his name?
Was it Steve?
Steve, yeah, Steve's Coke, and then he just, and then Chin Key just kind of laughs and says, haha, like, that's what we do in China. It's like, you can't do that kind of stuff in America, you get in big trouble. I guess that's a little bit of racism right there, because in different countries, you can kind of get away with stuff like that, I guess, but you pull a prank like that here, you're expelled or suspended.
Well, I don't think they just pull a prank like that in China and stuff. I don't think they just go around eating people's coke. I think that's just a joke. I don't think it actually has anything to do with it.
Yeah, I don't think that was a stereotype. I think that was just like put some humor into what they do.
And I think in general, like, the wish to adapt to a different environment shouldn't be seen as, like, being racist towards your own culture. There's just certain things that you do in some countries and not in others, and it's like, you should just respect the other country. I mean, I don't know, I'm not gonna walk around here with my beer in my hand and be like, yeah, I'm from Germany, I'm used to this, so that's my excuse. You can, like, so, I don't know, I don't think that he's that racist, because on page 28 he was still, like, speaking Chinese and everything, but then, I mean, of course, if, like, you're a child and if others, like, tell you, oh, you're eating dumplings, and even on page 33 in panel 4, the one kid on the left has, like, really, really bad buck tooth.
Yeah.
And Jin has completely normal teeth, and they still make fun of him, like, haha, bucktooth. And of course, it's like, that hurts, and you just start eating sandwiches. But I feel like he's more trying to adapt to fit into the group, and that's not racist. If he would be in China, he would probably adapt to that culture too, and that's just kind of, that also just shows respect for the place where you are.
Yeah. Kind of going back to like what Thor said, I don't think he was necessarily racist. I think he was just trying to fit in and like I guess not be associated with other Asians at first. And like he was like his classmates on page 36 when he wanted to beat up Wei Chen when he first got there, but then he got better as like time went on and they became best friends.
Going off what Clara was talking about, I agree with what she said, that Jin is not exactly racist, but I mean, there's times where he does seem a little racist towards Wei Chen. Like on page 37, he was denying the fact that Jin is Asian himself, and then he was just kind of rude towards him. Just the fact that he was speaking Chinese towards him, and he just kind of pushed him away and out of the way.
Well, but I don't even feel like that's that racist, because there are other German exchange students at the school, and it's like, I enjoy talking German to them, but some of them just say that they don't want to talk German to me, and I'm not like, oh wow, you're a little racist. It's just like, I don't know, he just tries to adapt, and I can fully appreciate that, even without it being racist.
All right.
I didn't think I agree with Hunter that he wasn't really racist because he was just trying to fit in. On page 98, I just thought sometimes he changed his hair to more of an American style, just hoping to fit in with others. And I also think he could have been racist in a sense, a little way, when he had kissed Wei Chen's girlfriend on accident, and he was like, she's not my type, on page like 190. What would you do? Like, don't worry, she's not my type. So I think it's not like extreme racism, it's just extreme racism. It's just a little bit.
But I feel like he could have been considered a little bit racist just because he was trying to fit in and like adapted to using like racial terms about his about like Chinese and like his heritage just because he wanted to fit in with everyone else.
Yeah, and he also wanted to change his skin color, seem like he's more white than Asian, I guess.
Okay. Anybody we haven't heard from that want to share any other thoughts on number 7? All right.